This is my current tool bag. Luggage handlers couldn't really handle too much weight, so I had to check this in by itself. This leads to one problem with this bag was couldn't zip it up, couldn't make it a full piece, so ended up covering up with duct tape, so all my tools didn't land up on the conveyor belt. I've had this for about 10 years, still going strong. The trouble is, once you actually pack it out, it's only got the 2 pockets here, and if you want to get something down the bottom, you have to sit and dig through everything, and it becomes quite a hassle. So I've decided for this next international trip book coming up, I'm going to try something new, and that is in the form of a crowd favourite. This is the Veto Pro Pac MB2. This is actually a meter bag. It's built for storing meters in and carrying meters around. I'm not going to be using it like that at all, but that's what it is. So it's a canvas bag, which goes against my whole, hang on, we're taking a detour. How's that? I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's pretty cool. There's a couple I had, I just had these laying around. I think that's really cool. That just made me really excited about having a canvas bag actually. So this is the MB2. The MB2 being meter bag 2. So people have been hitting me up about the Veto bags for a long time. I've always shrugged them off as a bit more of a domestic product for domestic workers, you know, not out there in the heavy industry with the oils and the wet, the dust, the works. But my thoughts on vinyl tool bags are well known. I was going to pick up a beehive commissioning bag recently, which I'll put a little picture of here, which I really like. I like design, I like the size, I like everything about it. But for my purposes, the size is too big, because I don't really want a commissioning bag, but that's a mint bag and people are putting their whole toolkits in them at the moment. I decided to go with this bag for a few reasons. So many people, there's so much hype all over the internet. I wanted to give it a go, see what the hype's all about. The dimensions. The dimensions were the biggest thing. I actually came across this bag by searching through different sizes of bags, and the height, depth and width means that when this is packed, this will sit inside my suitcase. I'll probably edit it in a photo or something, and this will take up no room, because with everything else I'm traveling with, size is definitely a big factor. So the second reason I got this is accessibility. See how it stands up by itself? And it's got, you know, pockets here. When I put tools in here, I'll be able to get to them. Whereas my main problem with my old green canvas bag is that once it was filled up, and I think I've shot some footage of this already, I can't remember. But once it was filled up, to get something down the bottom, you had to go through everything, because it only had these 2 big pockets, and there's nothing to stop. If you did use those pockets, it would just collapse in on itself, because the way it is. Whereas this, it's got some rigidizing, whatever inserts they've put in there to keep the form frame going, the factor, and the front's actually quite solid. See how it doesn't fold in half very well? So, pretty stoked, pretty happy with that. I can't tell you whether it works for my purpose yet, because I haven't been out there and running it and doing it, but it seems so on first impressions right now to be good for that. So I can say that holding the bag in my hands, I'm happy with the construction quality. The bag feels sturdy, holds its own shape, it's great quality. If I was using this for meters, I'd feel confident that the meters would be like safe in here, a lot safer than other bags and other features. But altogether, like first impressions, I'm really happy with the quality of this bag. So I can't review this bag fully, but I can give you my first impressions. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack this out. We'll go through, see what I've been taking lately on my international go bag. It's essentially, it's my go bag. If I want to fix it, I can fix it with this go bag. So this is the bag packed out. I just weighed it and it's 5 kilos, which is, it's touch and go on like whether I want to be that heavy. But we'll start off. It all fits in here quite nicely, and obviously while it's flying I'll have it all inside the main compartment. There is room for that. So the first thing is my screwdrivers. I carry this, this is you can test your voltage with this voltage tester. It's a Wero little, it's about 2.5 mil. This normally lives in my top pocket, but this will go in the bag there. That covers my 2.5 mil needs. Then I also carry 3.5mm. So this is for any terminals that have any decent grunt to them. And then the interchangeable set. So this has got one of everything. No worries, but it's a pain always opening that. So I always have the two on the go. I also run the interchangeable. So this normally has like a Phillips bit in it or whatever I'm using, pairing up with the 3.5. And of course, I carry my bit set. So this takes place of all my Allen keys and all my Torx bits, all in that set. And the stubby, which again, has its own little selection, or this, or that. So between the lot, I've got all my screwdriving needs covered, and I've tried to, really save some space and some weight. I've done a video on the screwdrivers, so I'm not gonna carry on about them too much. My next new addition is the Knipex installation pliers. So these are actually replacing, in my normal set, my needle nose, my cocky beaks or shears you might call them. They strip, got a good strip function, even though I can strip just fine with the cocky beak section. And my pliers, they're just wide enough to twist stuff. And yeah, these are pretty much an all-in-one tool. They work really well. I've obviously got the metric set for my style of wiring. You get Yankee sets as well. But all in all, these are my favorite pliers at the moment. I've just pulled these ones out of the box, but I have been borrowing someone else's and I know damn well that I love them. So these are the ultimate space saver for the Go kit, because you're taking away 3-4 sets of handles. I've got my Leatherman. My Leatherman always travels with me. Standard Leatherman, it's the Wave. It's really good. Blade's starting to get a tiny bit dull, but I'll give that a good sharpen up whenever I need to. So this normally lives on my belt. I've got a nice dead skin leather cover for it, perfectly molded. These are worth their weight. Also carry these little vernier calipers. I mean, they're not the most accurate, but it helps quick sizing up things and it's basically a 100mm rule as well. Just slide it out. This is another top pocket thing, but it's just living in there. And then of course my keychain with my board key. You get a lot more expensive board keys and stuff like that, but they go walkabouts quite often. And my glove clip. So that can either be clipped to the bag or live off me, depends how annoying the jingliness of it goes. Tape measure. Scale down to the 5mm Fat Max. This is always good to have a tape measure on you. This is small, not as bulky, and it's got good enough stand out, and I feel like it's going to last me the trip. I don't like going without a tape measure. That being said, I also run these this is $2 little 2mm tape. These are really good, get you out of a lot of trouble. I don't use it all the time, but if you've got nothing, this is 10 times better than nothing. My socket set lives in this pouch. Move the camera for this. So I scaled this right down. This is from the Christmas. This is my little driver, the little Wera driver. It's tiny, almost the size of my deep socket. I carry a deep 13 and a deep 10, as well as a regular 8, 10, 13, 5.5, and 6. So that gets me out of most troubles there. I also run the little Pickwick teeny turner in here. The reason I run this, if there's something that's too big for this, realistically it's too big for there. The amount of force and leverage I can get on that is enough. If I can't break it with that, I need to go source, beg, borrow, and find a better tool for the job. So these pliers do fix a lot of stuff in the world, but I do like to carry side cutters. There's certain cutting actions that side cutters can do that they just can't. It's their one big downfall, but it comes with the form factor of the plier itself. If you want to cut in somewhere, on the very edge, you can't replicate that with here because you got this far before the cutting edge. So that's the one downfall of these, but partner them with these and you're off to the races. I never leave anywhere without my Black Panthers. These are the latest model, Rockwell hardness of 58. So these cut through stainless steel cable ties, thick rubber, anything, and the ergonomic, love these. Not leaving home without them. I will travel with my Knipex multis. I take two sizes, the biggest size and the smallest size. This gets me out of nearly every trouble with that. They're adjustable spanners, they're You know, they can just hold the nut on one side or they can do whatever. Can't rate these highly enough. And my Knipex Cobras. That's the size of the Knipex Cobras. They partner up with these really well. I don't like using these on stuff with flats, but anything round, anything that needs gripping, these are my go-to. These jaws here, mint. Can't go past them. They've saved me a lot of hassle in the past. And finally, for this little toolkit, is my little lead lenser. Nice bright light, small, compact. The battery lasts for ages on these. No problems. Like, this can either live in my pocket, live on my belt. I don't really like too many things on my belt. Leatherman sort of to go there and everything else goes in my top pocket. I don't use torches that much, but when you need one, so it lives in the bag. So these are my international travel tools that I choose. This is my go bag, my get me out of trouble kit. There is a lot of creature comforts that are being left out, like my big ratchet cutters, you know, vice grips, a whole plethora of stuff that I normally carry in my tool bag when I've got access to it and I'm not restricted by weight. But this is my essential go kit. This gets me out of 99.9% of problems, and if the problem's that big, I'm going to need help fixing it anyway. Notably missing, you'll see, is also my crimpers. I choose not to take these because I'm not going there to be the only person by myself. Like, there is whole fleets of people, locals and stuff that work there. So if there's any big jobs that need a lot of crimping and a lot of stuff that I can't get by with the small crimper on these pliers, I can get access to this. This toolkit's sort of for like, I've got to go do some commissioning, I've got to help out somewhere, you know, doing odd jobs. It's my get out of trouble, get out of jail free kit. Like, I've got the stuff to do most things, or make a start on most things, or get me out of trouble. I can go troubleshoot a gen set, I can go see why the power's not working on there, I can unterminate some things, change some wiring around in a panel, anything you can think of. I will be taking this, my old trusty canvas bag, with me for two reasons. Just in case this fails on me. First looks, first impressions, I don't see it failing on me anytime soon. Once you scrunch this up, it's not taking up much room. It weighs absolutely nothing. And then if I do start collecting little bits and pieces and extra, or maybe I want to carry a few meters around or whatever, they can live in this. So the meter bag's full of tools and the tool bag's full of meters. But you know, I can, more versatile, I can put gear in here, I can put whatever. Carry the two little bags, it's not a big issue. I do want to try and find a strap for this. I feel like I could attach a strap from maybe here to there and have it slung over my shoulder a little bit. But other than that, carrying like that, it's only 5 kilos, it's not a big deal. Well, that's it. I'm running out of time because I fly in 4 hours. So I'm going to leave this video like this. I'll probably edit this in quarantine. So if you see some hotel footage or anything like that, it's because I'm there and I'm trying to finish this video off. Other than that, thanks for watching and peace out.